Hello everybody and welcome to what is going to be a brand new series on the YouTube channel. Now I have not yet quite worked out all the kinks, but with any luck this will be a weekly series in which I start my own WWE Universe mode. Now I had originally planned on releasing this last Tuesday. I was hoping to call it Tuesday Night Thunder. I still plan on making it a weekly Tuesday show, but I had computer troubles, kind of bogged me down a bit. It's also really up in the air because there's so many different options with Universe mode on what you can do. But what we're doing right now is going to be the Tables and Ladders and Chairs pay-per-view. Now I need a starting point. However, my WWE Universe is not going to be exactly what WWE is showing. I'm not going to stay current. I'm not going to do weekly what WWE is doing. My WWE Universe is going to take on a life of its own. It's going to branch off. It's going to do its own thing. However, for the sake of nobody being confused and for just getting a good, clean starting point, I am starting with where the WWE is currently at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Now, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs happens this Sunday. With any luck, my video will be released on Saturday, the day we're looking at here. Ignore the rivalries at the bottom of the screen. They're rivalries that my universe made on their own, but they're not going to matter because here's how this is going to work. Think of me as the general manager. I will occasionally ask you guys for comments and what matches should happen in between who and who would be the best rivalry to go into next. I'm going to take in a lot of fan feedback as the series goes on. Like I said, for tonight, we're just going to do the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs card as best as I can recreate it with WWE, but this is going to be a whole universe that we're going to take on. I want to do it, like I said, weekly, preferably every Tuesday night that I can possibly swing. It's going to be really, really cool. Tonight is going to be kind of a simple warm-up. I'm just going to kind of show you guys how the matches work from match to match. As we move on and as I incorporate Raw, SmackDown, and NXT as well as pay-per-views, that's when it'll get a little bit more complicated. I just kind of wanted to use Tables, Ladders, and Chairs to ease you into it. Now, like I said before, the rosters and titles and superstars and everything are current to WWE at this point in time. My TLC is probably going to go way different than the WWE's TLC will go. I can tell you as of right now, 7 official matches have been announced for WWE's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view event. Coincidentally, I am only allowed 7 matches on a pay-per-view in WWE 2K16. So, without further ado, you guys will see, and I'll let you know when I have to make certain tweaks to certain events and things like that. Certain matches will have to be tweaked because the WWE just doesn't allow for what's... WWE 2K16 just doesn't allow for the match that's actually happening in WWE, which sucks, but I will be well on the ball with that. I will let you guys know what's happening, what my changes are, and what I'm going to do with that. But without further ado, let's actually start this event. Okay, so our first match is going to be Ryback versus Rusev with Lana. This is a normal match, no special stipulations on this one, no tables, ladders, and chairs, just a straight-up 1v1 match. I left the momentum on normal, but in future pay-per-views, I think for the first couple matches, just for the sake of the video, not taking an extremely long time, I am going to switch the momentum to fast. And the difference between momentum... Oops, sorry. I have to skip entrances for copyright purposes. I thought I turned it off. Also, let me see if I can turn off... Apparently not. I was going to see if I could turn off commentary. Camera cuts, special effects. I was going to see if I could turn off commentary, but I'll probably just lower the game volume as a whole so that way you guys can hear me over Michael Cole and JBL's awful commentary that they normally bring to the table. But no, we have Ryback versus Rusev with Lana. Like I said, before this started, I had planned on, in the future, just for pay-per-views where I have to show all 7 matches, because the pay-per-view is important. I want to show every match for pay-per-view. I might turn the first match or 2 onto fast momentum. In case you guys don't know, the difference in momentum in WWE games is that if it's on fast, people get hurt a lot easier, so a punch just does more damage if it's on fast as opposed to normal or slow. Or I think it's not slow, I think it's legendary. And people also gain their signatures and finishes. It just makes the match go on a lot, or makes the match happen a lot quicker. All right, sorry about that. So onward with the first match. We've got Ryback and Rusev tangling up with each other. Now, I think a couple things I want to do. There's a lot of different ways you can go with this, and it's really, really, I don't know. It's cool how it works out, but it also complicates a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of things I could do incorrectly. There's a lot of things I might do wrong. I like the fact that we can't see their meters, so we don't know how many reversals they have left. I did leave reversal meters on. We also don't know what their current health state is at, so you just kind of have to see as they go back and forth. It kind of makes it iffy, like, is he going to be able to kick out of this move? Is he not? I really like the way it's going to go. I'm probably going to, over the course of time, maybe not for this first one because it's kind of special, but over the course of time, I'm in addition to amping up the momentum, making the momentum faster, for these first couple matches, I will probably cut in future parts, just so that way it doesn't take forever, because 7 matches in WWE, in fact, I might cut during this one, or maybe the next couple matches, just because I'm kind of explaining everything for this first one, but I'll probably cut out boring parts where it's back and forth, but not a lot's happening, or maybe somebody's just dominating the whole time and I'll fill you guys up. It'll be like a commercial break or whatever. But 7 matches is probably going to run upwards of a half hour. And that's just for a pay-per-view. During the regular week shows, I plan on combining NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. And I think Raw can have 7 matches, I think. SmackDown has 5 and NXT has 3. Of course, I can alter those. I can change those a little bit, but I'd plan on mixing simulating matches and matches with different momentum speeds and things like that. But we'll have to see how it goes. Anyways, looks like Rusev's kind of got the upper hand for now. Having a manager is an absolutely huge advantage. Like, having Lana will give Rusev a giant advantage in this match overall, because Lana can be used pretty much anytime Ryback's going to win. A manager in this game is like a get-out-of-jail-free card a lot of the time. Because if Ryback beats up, let's say Ryback beats up Rusev, get his health under red, get into where Ryback could do the shell shock and win the match. If Ryback does the shell shock, he's probably not going to win because Lana will jump up on the side and distract the referee. Now, once Lana does that a couple times, she'll get ejected, but it's a couple get-out-of-jail-free for Rusev cards. Giving Rusev a huge advantage here. But it's like Ryback's putting in work now. He appeared to get the momentum back on top. I love that we can't see the reversals. We can't see the health. I don't know. But it's also going to mess with me at the same time.
Completely demolishing his opponent. He shows absolutely no emotion. None. Nothing. That's when you know you're dealing with the worst type of EV.
Okay, Rusev's back on top. I'm hoping one of them's rolling up on signatures here pretty quick, but they've been doing a lot of back and forth action. One thing I'm looking forward to with this universe, since I've kind of explained this is probably going to be the most boring match tonight, to be honest, except maybe Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger in a chairs match, but I don't know. All the other matches are going to have some kind of cool stipulation, some kind of crazy thing that can happen with them. But it looks like, I don't know. If I have to bet, I'm going to say Rusev's going to win this one. I want to be able to set up matches from week to week and set up a system perhaps on the website where you guys can vote on who you think's going to win. And maybe we'll deal out some kind of point system where you get so many points for guessing correctly on who's going to win what match. And this is going to be really cool because, like, in a way, it's like I'm the general manager of the WWE Universe, but I can't do anything more than set up the matches. You know what I mean? I'm going to do everything I can to be fair, try to remember the idea of rematch clauses and everything like that. But all I can do is set up the matches, and after I set up the matches, I just kind of let these guys go crazy. I can tell you, for the sake of keeping up with current WWE, I may have gone through and tweaked here and there a couple superstars overall. For example, John Cena's was way too fucking high. It wasn't way too fucking high. I lowered John Cena's overall a little bit because it doesn't make any sense that John Cena should be a higher overall than Brock Lesnar, necessarily. Like, that's just not right. Brock Lesnar completely destroyed him at SummerSlam. Doesn't make any sense. Obviously, Brock Lesnar is going to be a little higher than The Undertaker, but I still think The Undertaker should be higher than John Cena. I don't know. But I try not to mess with them too much. I try to leave them, for the most part, where they are. And I don't want to make anybody too crazy or too outrageous. However, as they go on, their overalls can kind of tweak themselves, in a sense that if somebody gets on a winning streak, if somebody wins a few matches in a row, they'll get some kind of hot streak going, they'll get some build behind them, and their overall will go up on its own. But on top of that, if we see people winning matches over and over and over again, in matches that are supposed to be close, like, I'm not going to put them in a bunch of jobber matches, but if let's just say Ryback beat Rusev 3 times in a row, their overall is really similar. So I think if Ryback was able to beat Rusev 3 times in a row, I think his overall should get a bump, because he just beat a guy a very similar overall 3 times in a row. I don't know. Like I said before, it's a lot of possibilities on how this could go. I haven't been paying too much attention to the match. Looks like I think Ryback just pinned Rusev, but Rusev kicked out at 2. Rusev back on top now. These guys, I can tell you right now, Ryback has an 86 overall and Rusev has an 88. However, with Rusev's injury and a couple losses he's been getting lately, even I think he's lost to Ryback twice in a row. At this point, I might be lowering Rusev's overall. I don't know. I'm torn with a lot of that stuff. Should I lower Rusev's overall, or should I just raise everybody else's up? Because Rusev's an 88 right now, but so is Finn Balor, who's in. I don't know. The overalls are something else. We might have a voting. I might have some big video where we pull everyone together. I might post it on the website where we pull everyone together, see whose overalls should go up and who should go down for that week based on performance, perhaps. I don't know. There's a whole lot we can do with this, and I definitely want to incorporate the website to this as much as possible. Rusev's been throwing Ryback around a bit now. He's probably getting ready for his signature. I believe Rusev's signature is that super kick, is that side. It's not really a super kick. It's like a side kick that he does. We'll see if he's gearing up here for it now.
Oh, look at this. Rusev doing some good work here. Every time he has to get up, it takes more and more effort.
Oh, he's going to skip the signature. He's going straight to the accolade. I highly doubt Ryback will tap out, considering this is the first time the accolade's been put on. But if Rusev did a lot of damage to the back area, maybe he will. No, Ryback gets out of it. Submissions have been tweaked, actually. In the latest patch that came out just the other day, submissions got a whole lot, not a whole lot, but submissions got easier to get out of. They got harder to make people tap out, which is really good because when the game first got released, submissions were really, really strong. Submissions were crazy OP. It was super easy to make people tap out, and it was pretty hard to get out of even basic submissions on body parts that you weren't even injured on. So it's really good that they fixed that, or at least made a step in the right direction. As Ryback starts power bombing Rusev.
What do you want for your last meal?
My God, his body's been through hell, and his ribs have bore the brunt of the attack.
And I hope we can get a doctor out here.
Ryback gearing up from the meat hook clothesline. Here we go. Getting the feed me more chance going, and he hits it. Meat hook clothesline. He's going to go for the pin now, but this is the advantage that Lana brings. Now, I doubt Rusev would have been down for the 3 count. I don't know what his health's at, but I doubt it's low enough that a meat hook clothesline would have knocked him out. Sometimes you can pin him with the signatures when they're really low, but usually it'll take a shell shock. That being said, Lana's already distracted the referee 1 time, which is good for Ryback. He's only got to make her distract the referee 2 or 3 more times before she will be out. I'm going to guess a shell shock coming here unless Rusev reverses it. Ryback picking him up. He's doing the march around. Here we go. Lana throwing a chair in the ring. I wonder what she's going to do now. Ryback immediately with the cover. Lana not distracting the ref. This could be it. Rusev kick out of the late 2. His health just wasn't quite low enough. I'm willing to bet if Ryback gets another meat hook clothesline and shell shock off, Rusev will be finished. Both of them have used their finishers at least once now. Ryback going for Gorilla Press. No, it's getting reversed. There is a chair in the ring that the referee is not doing anything about. It appears our referee this evening is White Ray Charles. As Ryback fires up his comeback, Lana trying to distract the ref while Rusev grabs a chair. The referee didn't look over at Lana, so Rusev couldn't do anything with the chair, and Ryback is starting his comeback now. His comeback will give Ryback another finisher, I believe, or at least another signature, which might be enough to put Rusev out. As Ryback gearing up for another meat hook clothesline that was so quick. You can work the comeback in there to get finishers strung so close together. Here we go. He pins after the meat hook. Is Rusev done now? Referee really slow to get down to count. Looking at the wrong end of the body. But Ryback did it! I'm not going to lie. I would have put the odds on that one. I would have put the odds on that match probably 80-20 in favor of Rusev when it started. Having Lana there is a huge advantage, but on top of Lana, Rusev's overall is 2 points higher than Ryback. I did not expect Ryback to take the victory there. I believe that since Ryback achieved not only a victory, but the very first victory in the history of Tuesday Night Thunder, in this edition, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, I believe that moves him up. I believe he's somewhere in contention for some sort of title reign. Him and Rusev have been going on for about a month. Maybe they'll have another rematch next week. Maybe if Ryback wins that. I don't know. We're going to have to work out how people are going to be climbing the ladder and stuff like that, though. But I think that moves Ryback up a bit. Whether it's on the U.S. title or whether he goes back for his Intercontinental Championship, we'll have to see. I don't know. That'll be for me to work out. I'm the general manager. But like I said, keep an eye on the Thundershot website because I'll probably ask you guys a lot of important questions and things revolving around that. But no, that comeback definitely bailed him out there. Rusev hit the accolade. Ryback fought his way out of the accolade. He hits him with a meat hook clothesline and a shell shock. Rusev kicks out, but he does not kick out of the comeback, followed by a second meat hook. Lana doing nothing to distract the referee there at the end. But if you've ever been the manager in this game before, you'll know that to distract either people, because she could have also distracted Ryback. To distract people or the referee, they actually have to be by your corner. If they're not by your corner and the referee wasn't, they won't listen to you. They won't come over and you won't do anything. So I don't think there was anything Lana could have done there, but I did not expect Ryback to get the win there. Good fought victory by Ryback. I will see you guys in the next match. All right, our next match is going to be a match for the United States Championship, Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. Now, if you ever see any characters that aren't actually in, if you ever see any characters, superstars, divas, whatever, that aren't actually in WWE 2K16, I downloaded them from the WWE 2K16 creations menu. If you have access to internet, which you should in this day and age, and you have a PS4, for the love of God, just go to WWE Downloads and check out Community Creations, and you will definitely find everyone that I have downloaded. That being said, Alberto Del Rio going to town on Jack Swagger right off the match. Those kicks are insane. These guys' overalls are actually kind of close. I don't know how, but for some reason Jack Swagger's overall is an 89 in this game. At least in my game, I don't know. Something might have happened during my simulation of the universe. We'll have to see. It'll even itself out over time. Don't you guys worry. But this match is actually listed as a chairs match for tables, ladders, and chairs. I'm assuming a chairs match just means no DQs, so I put it on Extreme Rules. One question I do have for you guys regarding WWE 2K16, the game, is Alberto Del Rio kicks Swagger in the head again. His head's not going to be too good after this one. One question I do have for you guys as we continue on. In this game, there's a no-holds-barred match. There's an Extreme Rules match, and then there's a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, what's the difference between No Holds Barred and Extreme Rules? And other than being able to be pinned on the outside of the ring, what's the difference between Falls Count Anywhere and No Holds Barred and Extreme Rules? Because No Holds Barred and Extreme Rules are like the exact same match. I don't know. Under the ring's the same. Even in Falls Count Anywhere, it's still no disqualification. I mean, it makes sense because you can pin them anywhere, but still. I don't know. Very strange, very strange. That being said, Swagger's got a little offense going, but they're both reversing a lot back and forth here. Alberto Del Rio with a belly-to-belly to Jack Swagger. Now, we know in the current WWE setup, Alberto Del Rio is pretty much just there to wait for John Cena to get back. And when Cena gets back, he'll probably go for his U.S. title. Again, real quick, is going to be my guess. If you guys have anything else, a lot of people think he might go for the World Heavyweight Championship. Some people think he might hold off and come back and win the Rumble. For the love of God, please don't let John Cena come back and win the Rumble. Quick pin there by Alberto Del Rio. Gets a super late 2 count on that. I'm really looking forward to when these guys go outside the ring and try to grab a weapon. I think that's the only thing at this point. Not the only thing, but that's one of the things at this point that Swagger could use to equalize the fight, because for right now, Swagger's kind of getting his butt kicked. He's getting kicked in the head. He's getting submission maneuvers done on his legs. Swagger needs to hit a big move on Alberto Del Rio and then needs to head out and grab a chair. This is a chairs match, or an Extreme Rules match if you're on WWE 2K16.
Mission accomplished. Yeah, this guy's hurt and bad.
Also, I noticed last year they made it a big deal that it's TLC, tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. But they're not using stairs this year, so, you know, rip, we lost them. That being said, Swagger hits a chair shot. Swagger hits another chair shot, and he's going to DDT Alberto Del Rio on the chair on the outside of the ring. Swagger has definitely just equalized this fight. Maybe not totally. Alberto hit him a lot inside the ring, but Alberto's definitely burning up his reversals. I think I've seen him use 2 just to dodge Swagger's weapons alone, but he hasn't got anything for it because Swagger's still in control here. I think that might be just what Swagger needed. Swagger could actually be the United States champion walking out of this match. You guys remember, I think it was the last Elimination Chamber match when Swagger somehow won the Elimination Chamber and then didn't do anything with it? Wasn't that the worst Elimination Chamber? Like, I've never, like, hated Jack Swagger, but him winning the Elimination Chamber was probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Del Rio's back on those kicks, though. He's not out of it. If anything, I guess they're just about even right now. If anything, for now, Alberto Del Rio has an advantage. On health is my guess. Like I said, there's no way of knowing. They don't show us the meters right now or for any of this stuff. But my guess says Alberto Del Rio is actually still winning in the health department because he kind of whips Swagger around a bit inside the ring. But a couple good chair shots, a good sledgehammer shot or 2. Alberto Del Rio is not in good shape as he pretty much kip-ups while being kicked. Shows a lot of guts. Backstabber already. He got his signature. That's got to be his signature, right? I have not personally played with this character yet. I just downloaded him and checked that his moves were messed with. Because sometimes you download stuff from the online menu, and their moves aren't messed with. So they just have some kind of standard bad move set. So I haven't played with Alberto yet. I just know that he's been customized and his moveset's been customized. He should be going another backstabber. Is that his signature and finisher? Because he definitely just hit that twice, and he goes for the cover. I think Swagger's underneath the ropes with his feet. Very late, barely kick out at 2.9. I wonder how Swagger mustered that after 2 backstabbers. I'm going to have to go in and mess with Alberto Del Rio's stuff in the future. As that's Jack Swagger's signature, where he goes for the leg. I like Swagger's moveset because he cuts the leg. That's his signature. He runs in, he shoulder tackles the leg, and that's the 3 count.
The winner and your new champion.
He didn't make Alberto Del Rio tap. He didn't do much to Alberto Del Rio aside from a few chair shots and a sledgehammer shot, but he cut his leg, and that was the 3 count. Wow, I did not expect that. I can tell you guys, Alberto Del Rio will be wanting to use his rematch clause probably very soon, the latest being the next pay-per-view, of course. And for sure, I'm going to mess with his moveset a little bit. I think I'm going to leave the backstabber as a finisher only, and then I'm going to change Alberto Del Rio's signature to some kind of kick to the side of the head, because he does that stuff all the time. Or maybe like an on-your-knees super kick that he does too. But I'm going to mess with Alberto Del Rio's moveset just a tad bit myself. I want to tweak it a little bit. But I did not expect Swagger to win, especially right there. I thought maybe Alberto Del Rio kicks out there. Maybe Swagger puts on the Patriot lock and gets a submission victory off that. But holy crap, I did not see that one coming. And there it is. That's the move that took out Alberto Del Rio, just a dive to the knee. Maybe it blew his knee out for all I know. Got to see it again with my own eyes. And there's the 3 count. Holy crap. Swagger is the United States champion once again. I would have had Zeb Coulter with Alberto Del Rio, but I don't believe you can do managers in any matches outside of normal matches. Like, you can do managers. I don't think you can do managers in Extreme Rules or No Holds Barred or anything. Anything that's not a normal match. I don't think I could have had Zeb out here anyway. And unfortunately, WWE 2K16 does not have Zeb in the scooter, for the best of my knowledge. But yeah, Jack Swagger, your new United States champion. We'll see if Alberto Del Rio decides to cash in that rematch clause next week or next pay-per-view. Anyways, moving on to see you guys in the next match. Okay, for your next match, we have the ECW Originals versus the Wyatt family. Now, you guys remember before when I told you due to WWE 2K16's limitations, I might have to tweak some stuff? This won't really be an issue in the future because I'll be scheduling the matches, and the matches that I schedule will not have conflicts, obviously, with the game, because I'm only going to schedule matches that can actually happen in the game. But for the sake of this, this match was originally supposed to be an 8-man tag team elimination tables match with Bubba Ray, Devon, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino versus the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman. Now, unfortunately, due to 2K16's limitations, that can't happen on a couple different regards. Number one, it can only be a 6-man tag match, and number two, I can only make it an elimination. I can't make it a tables match. I can't make it an elimination tables match. It's very limited. So what we're going to do instead tonight is I've got you a 6-man tag match between the Dudley Boys and Tommy Dreamer against the Wyatt family, being Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, and Luke Harper. Now, tomorrow night on Raw, to make up for the match not being quite as cool as it was supposed to, we are going to give you guys kind of a, not necessarily a consolation match, but we're going to see Rhino in action against Braun Strowman in a tables match 1v1. That's going to happen tomorrow night on Raw, or I guess next Tuesday night when I actually film everything in one go or whatever. So we will get that all sorted out for you guys. You guys will get a one-on-one Rhino versus Braun Strowman match in a tables match, and we'll see how that goes. As of now, this is a standard elimination tag match, which unfortunately means no DQ. I at least wanted to turn which unfortunately means you can be DQ'd. I wanted to turn disqualification off. That is not how it played out, unfortunately. So this is going to be a regular, just when you get pinned, you're eliminated. Think of it like a tiny Survivor Series match. That being said, Bubba and Devon have kind of been going to town on Bray Wyatt. Luckily for us, they did have Bubba and Devon's pretty much full moveset in the WWE 2K16 moveset already. I have bought the DLC pack. I don't know what all cool moves were in the DLC pack, but I got it. Just for the sake of this, I figured we'd be able to add more stuff. I'm assuming Bubba and Devon will be actual downloadable characters themselves soon enough anyway, so I can ditch these created ones. I know Bubba looks a little goofy in the face. They did Devon really, really well, but Bubba overall kind of looks, he almost looks too small. Sometimes his legs aren't fat enough. I don't know. But I can't do it. I can't mess with the head creation, the body creation. Like, I can maybe make designs on clothes and stuff, but I cannot get people's facial features right at all in this game. Something about all the freedom that we have in this game to make. I cannot get people's facial features right or anything like that. That's why I choose to download and not make my own, because number one, it would take me 4 hours, and then number two, I wouldn't even get it right by the end. So we're still getting the best, at least the best I could find that Community Creations had to offer.
I think you can tell by looking. He's still down after that.
Eric Rowan finally able to get a tag out. Actually, it was Bray Wyatt that was getting beat up on, but Eric Rowan able to tag out into Luke Harper. Devon immediately with a reversal. These elimination tag matches are always long ones. Right in front of the corner, Devon showing no respect to the Wyatts. That was brutal. The elimination matches always take a while. Number one, tag matches in general are really hard. However, that has been another update as we get to see Tommy Dreamer in action for the first time. That's another update that came out in 2K16's latest 1.03 patch, I believe it was, is that the AI used to be really, really bad at stopping the other AI from breaking up pins. For example, if you're in a tag match and you hit your finisher on a guy and you're for sure going to pin him 1, 2, 3, you go for the cover, the dude's teammates are going to come in and try to break it up. And your teammates are going to come in and try to stop the other dude from breaking up. Alabama Slammer coming out of Tommy Dreamer there, by the way. Well, they used to be really bad at that. Pretty much the pin would get broken up every single time. Tag matches almost never ended. It was awful. It was really bad. But apparently they made the AI smarter to where they can stop the opponent's AI from breaking up the tag a lot easier. And I haven't seen it in action myself yet because I don't do tag matches very often, but with any luck, hopefully this tag match doesn't take forever, but if it does, that's what cuts and edits are for. As they roll to the outside of the ring now, Luke Harper slamming Tommy Dreamer into the table. Countouts are on. Referee just hit the 3 count. They've got a while. Also, the computers are very, very keen on sprinting back into the ring as soon as the referee says 5. What the hell? This is the Luke Harper that's in the game, by the way. The fuck did Luke Harper just Hurricane Rana Tommy Dreamer? Okay, now Bray Wyatt's interfering, but the referee is still counting. He's up to 8. Okay, Tommy Dreamer barely got back in. Bray Wyatt was grabbing to hold him back out. I don't know how the referee or why the referee keeps counting with Bray Wyatt holding Tommy Dreamer on the outside like that. Luke Harper going to the second rope and cutting the senton. Is Harper a high flyer? What is this? Anyways, like I was saying before about being on the outside of the ring, I just about said we're almost never going to see a count out in this game when the CPU's fighting each other, and as that happened, count out almost happened, but no, usually once the referee gets to 5, every CPU in the game will make it their mission 100% to get back into the ring no matter what. So unless something really weird happens, for example, Bray Wyatt interfering, we're almost never going to see a 10 count. We're almost never going to see a count out outside the ring in this game because, like I said, as soon as the match hits 5, everyone tries to run back into the ring right away. Except for the rare occasion where sometimes heel superstars will count themselves out on purpose. They'll roll outside of the ring and then they'll just walk away because they're done. They're okay with losing their match. They don't want to fight anymore because they're heels and stuff. Bubba Ray gets back into the ring only to have Eric Rowan tag in Bray Wyatt once again. Bubba knocking him to the outside. I wonder if we can get some actual table action because the announce table isn't technically disqualify worthy. In fact, I don't know if regular tables are disqualify worthy. I know in past WWE games you could pick up somebody and put them through a table and it didn't count as a DQ, I don't believe, just because you and him are just running through a table, you know what I mean? You're not hitting him with the table, and as long as you didn't hit him with the table, it was okay. It's been really weird like that back and forth. Either way, it's highly doubtful Bubba's going to break out a table anytime soon, but the announce table is always fair game. There's that 5 count. We'll see Bray sprint back in the ring now once Bubba stops being groggy if Rowan doesn't come after him. And another tag. Bubba Ray back on top and immediately getting out of the ring. Eric Rowan was kind of whipping Bubba's ass. I will tell you, both teams have done a really good job of keeping their guys, sharing the amount of ring time, I should say. I guess if that makes any sense. Tommy Dreamer's been in the match a little bit. Devon's been in the match a little bit. Bubba's probably been in the match the most, but the Wyatt family's also done a really good job of rotating. Nobody's stayed in and taken too much of the beating. And then these elimination tag matches, it's kind of back and forth on how you actually want to do that, because if you have it, ooh, my God, that uppercut. If you have everybody taking in the same amount of damage, that means that all your guys can get pinned at around the same time. If everybody equally gets hurt and equally gets to the bottom at the same time, they can all be pinned then. But then on the other hand, if you have one guy who gets really, really, really hurt, the next time he's in, he can get pinned easily. So it's back and forth with these elimination tag matches. Devon with a flapjack onto Eric Rowan, but Luke Harper grabs him. Luke Harper grabs him. That might be Devon's signature, at least a big move he would pin after normally. But with Luke Harper grabbing onto Devon, Devon finally getting out of there. Devon could not make the pin after that. Of course, the referee doing nothing to stop it because the referee in this game is really, really dumb. Devon trying to do something to Luke Harper for grabbing him. But Luke Harper reverses it and just smacks him. So Devon spears him off the side of the barricade. But he forgot about the main objective. He forgot about Eric Rowan, the other legal man in the ring. And Eric Rowan's going back to town once again.
You better prepare for the worst. We'll see if Rowan's endurance can last. It takes a couple of those to bring his night to an end. Jerry, when we talk about
Eric Rowan pulling down the top rope and watching Devon fly right out. Is he going to jump down and interfere? Because we know the referee won't stop it because the referees are stupid. Devon getting pissed, getting a little revenge. You do not want to mess with Devon even when he's the main guy in the ring because he will get revenge for you now. As of right now, Devon has once again forgotten the main man he's supposed to be beating up. But that's okay because the main man will just belly flop on the outside. Devon's got Eric Rowan inside the ring now. Focuses attention back to Bray, but not quick enough as an uppercut, and Bray starts landing some big strikes here. Devon getting back on top. We've got to be close to some signature finishers here anytime now. I'd imagine we'd be seeing one. But Bray Wyatt reverses. We could have seen something big from the Dudleys out of the corner there. I don't know what would have been coming, but Bray Wyatt manages to save himself from what could have been an awful fate.
No kidding. This could be really serious. You know, Michael,
uh-oh.
I think of Eric Rowan, which I'd rather not.
Bray Wyatt gearing up, doing that creepy spider thing. Luckily for us, Luke Harper's blocking all of it.
I will tell you this. When you combine that speed, power, toughness, and mental state,
Is that a Bray is going to kill you chant? As he goes up, Sister Abigail on Devon Dudley. He's on the wrong end of the ring, too. He might not get out of this one. Devon could be hurt enough to not kick here. No, Devon kicks out at 2. Bubba and Tommy Dreamer were not going to make it. Devon still got enough fight to kick out at 2. He's definitely going to want to get out of the ring now, though, as it's not looking good for him anymore. That Sister Abigail kind of came out of nowhere. Devon with a hip toss reversal. Is he going to... He's still not going to tag... Oh, yes, he is. He finally tags in Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer probably seeing the least amount of action for the for Team ECW Originals so far, but Bray Wyatt just immediately starts going to town on Tommy Dreamer.
Just tuning in, I want to welcome everyone to this broadcast of WWE, coming to you from the capital of the Golden State, Sacramento.
Because we're going to the very top here. Is Dreamer going to catch a superplex? Oh, no. Fall-away slam from the top rope. A super fall-away slam, if you will. And all of a sudden, Dreamer, who was probably the least hurt guy in this whole match so far, takes quite a bit of damage. He's going to kick out of this on his own. This shouldn't be a big deal. That was actually a lot closer than I thought it was. Like a 2.9 kick out there for Tommy Dreamer, but it was a super fall-away slam. That's going to do what's told to you. Luke Harper coming back in the ring. I really don't know. My guess would be Bray, maybe? Either Bray or Luke Harper, probably, for most injured Wyatt at this point in time, but I don't think any of them are within pin range, even if they get hit with a finisher maneuver. I don't think any of them are within pin range right now. Luke Harper lands a big clothesline, followed by a big boot. Big clothesline just to pick him up and hit him with a giant boot. Is he going to go for the pin now?
And Luke Harper makes the cover.
Uh-oh. Dreamer going for the pile driver. That's his signature maneuver. Dreamer hits a pile driver on Luke Harper. He's going to go for the cover. They're going to try to break it up. They had enough faith in Luke to kick out. Luke must not be that hurt if they're not even going in to break up the count after his signature. I thought they would at least get in there. And since they're on their side of the ring, I thought for sure Eric Rowan would be able to stop that one from happening. But they didn't need to. Luke kicked out early at 2. That being said, Dreamer going for his finishing maneuver, the DDT. How long has it been seen a DDT finishing maneuver? My God. That is Dreamer's finishing maneuver, but he pins in the wrong corner. They're going to break this one up. Luke Harper still kicking out early at 2. That was Tommy Dreamer's finisher. That tells me Luke Harper is not hurt at all as he tags in Bubba, who was probably the most hurt out of Team ECW's original. He's at least had the most time in the ring. I can almost say that for sure, unless Devon's reign beat him there. Luke Harper immediately gets back on top. He had to have taken some damage, though. The pile driver to DDT combination alone is going to be a lot of damage right to the head as far as the game's concerned. Bubba Ray going to the top rope with this one. We're going to see a top... Nope. Trio woe. Okay. Thought maybe a top back suplex was coming. All right, Bubba did a little work. Yeah, Bubba did a little work there on Luke Harper. He tags in Tommy Dreamer, but Luke Harper makes the hot tag to Eric Rowan. I didn't even know heels could do hot tags. Eric Rowan coming in with the hot tag. Holy crap. That means he's all fired up and ready to go. Eric Rowan putting the moves on Dreamer. We know Dreamer's taking a bit of damage here. But Dreamer immediately with the reversal. Hot tag didn't matter. Dreamer got right back on top. Eric Rowan sidewalk slam into a splash. Everybody clears. Bubba Ray breaks it up. I'm going to guess Dreamer would have kicked out of that. But that splash might have been his signature because it looks like Rowan's going for the spinning heel kick now. Devon's still on the ropes. The Wyatt family on the edge. No, not the spinning heel kick. Full Nelson slam. Is that it? Bray Wyatt in the ring. Devon couldn't get there. Tommy Dreamer's the first one eliminated. It's now the Dudley Boys versus the Wyatt family. Who's going to be the next one? Looks like Bubba Ray is going to be the next legal man here. Dudley Boys versus the Wyatt 2-on-3. I can tell you once you get down to one man, it's extremely, extremely hard to win anymore. Due to the fact that tag partners will almost always try to break up a pin where their tag partner is going to lose. And if you don't have a tag partner to stop them from breaking up a pin, you're going to be pretty well screwed. So the Bubbas are at a huge disadvantage. Not the Bubbas. The Dudley Boys are at a huge disadvantage. If they lose even one more partner here, it's all over for them. They got to eliminate 2 people before they get 1 eliminated. Pretty much is how this is looking.
Can he do it here? This may be it.
Bubba with a kick out at 2. That being said, we can kind of tell that like Eric Rowan just used his signature finisher, so it will be a while before he gets another one. So Bubba Bomb? No, it looked like he was going for the Bubba Bomb. Eric Rowan reverses it, flips him over. Bubba Bomb might have been able to put Rowan away there, though I doubt it. I'm going to say, I don't want to call it this early, but I'm going to say the Wyatt family probably has this, to be honest. Luke Harper might be enough to be down for a 3 count. I'd say Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt are probably halfway there, maybe a little further, but I don't know. Especially after it looked like Bubba's finisher just got reversed. I don't see them being able to pull it off. Bubba definitely needs to tag in Devon here. It'd be cool if the Dudley Boys could get a hot tag. If the Dudley Boys get a hot tag going, they might have something to work with. Easy kick out there. That wasn't a big move to put Bubba away with. But every time the Dudley Boys get into the ring, you'll notice they get chucked right back out immediately. They're not winning the fights when everybody clashes, when everybody goes in there at one time. Bubba Ray with an uppercut. Bubba Ray Dudley with a drop kick. Looking good. Luke Harper came in like he was going to do something and decided against it.
The action spills out to the ringside area, where there are plenty of
oh, Bray Wyatt going for... Oh, no. That would be Bray Wyatt's signature move. I don't know if Bubba's going to be able to kick out of that one. Fight, Bubba, fight! No, Bubba's down for the 3 count. Eric Rowan was mercilessly beating on Devon in the back. Devon tried to get a back suplex off there. Eric Rowan turned it around for a crossbody. We got the lone Devon in there now. We didn't get to see a was up. We didn't get to see a 3D. Looks like we're just going to see an absolute massacre as Devon goes in there alone against 3 members of the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt grabbing the stairs now. He will get DQ'd if he hits anybody with those.
How much damage did that do? A lot from the looks of it. What?
I don't know who the legal man is at this point in time. I believe, yeah, Bray made the pin, so it should be Bray Wyatt. They should both try to run into the ring now. The referee's at a 5 count. There it is. And we go in to watch Devon just go to slaughter, really. And Bray, he's not going to do it. Okay, I thought Bray was going to tag out. That would make it even worse. Tag out to a fresh man who probably has a signature finisher at this point. Probably about time for Bray to call for the Sister Abigail if I had a bet. No, he is going to tag out. Eric Rowan, though. I figured to go for Luke Harper. Luke hasn't been in the ring in a while. Then again, Luke Harper could be the reserve. Eric Rowan's gearing up for that the full Nelson Slam. I was hoping the spinning heel kick could be his finisher, but here we go. No! Devon reverses it. Devon reversed. That was either a finisher or a signature. Flapjack, Eric Rowan is bleeding. Is Devon going to go for the pin now? If he does, the saddest part of this whole thing is even if Devon goes for the pin now, it's going to be broken up by the Wyatt family. Unless they do some really stupid stuff. Bray's already in the ring. And that's going to happen every time. That's why this match is as good as over right now. Maybe if the Wyatts couldn't interfere, Devon would have a glimmer of hope to work with, but it's really all over, and there's not a lot he can do right now.
Unleashing it for the 2nd time now. Whoa! A direct hit. Talk about getting tagged and knocked in the middle.
Devon calling for another finisher, but pretty much it's going to be to no avail whether it hits or not. Pile driver. Pile driver. Unless he runs over and knocks the Wyatt family off now, and he's all out of stamina. He does not have a lot to work with. This one's going to be broken up too. Yeah, Luke Harper. And that's just how 2K works. This is how these tag matches work for 2K. That's just going to happen. There's nothing he can do here. Eric Rowan will eventually tag out. Somebody's going to hit their finisher on Devon, and it's all going to be over. That being said, this gives me a good chance to talk about injuries are an actual possibility in this game. If Eric Rowan doesn't get out of there, if Devon just keeps beating up Eric Rowan, if Devon just keeps smacking Eric Rowan around, but Eric never gets to tag out, injuries are a real thing in this game. So after you get so much damage over, I think it's like 240, 280% over the damage that your head can take. Oh, Devon kick out of late too. Bottom line, if you get 100% of damage done to your head, that means your head's in the red zone. If you do double that damage, like it takes a lot of damage to do this, but if you do double that damage to the head or torso or arms or legs or whatever, and then go even a little bit further, you pretty much have to do triple the amount of damage it takes to make somebody's head red in this game, or any body part that you're working on for that matter. And after that, they start to suffer an injury, whether it be a minor injury or a major injury, and that can mess with them. That can make them worse superstars overall. It could even take them out of the game for a couple weeks. But injuries are a thing in this game. They're just really hard to pull off. You really have to get the crap beaten out of you to get injured, bottom line. But that is something that's possible. A lot of Devon's moves focus on the head here. The flapjack made Eric Rowan bleed. He did the pile driver to him. You know what I mean? If Devon just keeps beating the crap out of Eric Rowan, it's possible Eric could receive a head injury from this match if he doesn't get to tag out soon. But that is something I wanted to explain. And if I ever see it, because I haven't actually seen an injury or what it looks like yet, but if I ever see it, I'll be sure to point it out to you guys so you guys know who has an injury, and we can make that a key point. Devon! He may be down, but he's not quite done yet, as he's going to do a couple squats while holding Eric Rowan up for his suplex before delivering it. I would pin after this. What's Devon doing? Heading to the outside. Heading to the top rope. As Rowan starts to get up, Devon's going to scratch it. Kick him square in the ribs. Tell you what, Rowan is taking a crap beating right now. Devon has been beating the hell out of him since both of his partners got eliminated. Like we said, it's unfortunate that it's pretty much to no avail at this point. And there's the tag. That's going to be all she wrote, unless Devon really turns it on here and decides to stay alive for a few more minutes. That's going to be all she wrote here with Bray Wyatt coming in.
Boy, he just got laid out. Bray Wyatt may get this, folks.
Sister Abigail. No reversal. Good night, Devon. The Wyatts have taken this one. That's going to do it for the 6-man elimination tag match. The Wyatts 3-0 it without what could quite possibly be their strongest competitor, Braun Strowman. We really haven't got to see what Strowman can do. The Strowman will be in a one-on-one match versus Rhino tomorrow night on Raw. So we will see you guys. I'll see you guys in the next TLC match. Oh, no, and after the match, it's just Devon out there. Where's Bubba? Where's Dreamer? Another Sister Abigail. Good night, Devon Dudley. This is post-match action. Post-match assault. Will that be the final nail in the coffin, or will the Dudleys come back even stronger? We'll have to find out next week on Tuesday Night Thunder, you know. Oh, it's going to take some getting used to. Okay, so we're back with a Divas match. Yes, that's right, a Divas match. We did not forget about the Divas here in Tuesday Night Thunder, or whatever the hell I'm going to... I might not even call it that for all I fucking know. We'll see what we can do here. But no, we've got Charlotte versus Paige in a Divas match, and Ric Flair got so drunk before the match, he's actually out here tonight with his shirt off. I believe he's also not wearing pants either, but we knew this match was coming. The beauty of this is that if I screw up, I can always go back and redo it. For example, the first time I ran this match, it was actually a ladder match, and I didn't know it. So I took the ladder part off, though I can tell you, I'm probably going to make Divas a little bit more exciting than the WWE's managed to make Divas. They are going to be having actual good matches. My God, their hair looks awful. Like, as far as game physics hair go, like, holy shit, that's bad. I would rather it all just be one clump than what it is now. I don't know. Maybe people like that, for all I know. But no, maybe the Divas Revolution will actually happen. Now, I will tell you guys, and I don't know, fucking Divas fans out there might be upset at me. In order to have room for everything, I guess, in order to kind of amp up the stakes, I guess, there's a very limited number of Divas, at least good ones at the moment, who are working for that sort of thing. So for the time being, and it might be reinstituted at a later date, for the time being, I have actually removed the NXT Divas Championship, and I think the reason I removed that is because I don't want it to hold too many Divas back from climbing the ladder, and because there are so few actual Divas currently wrestling that are even in this game, I have removed it. Now, I might put it back again in the future pretty quick, but for now, the main goal is just going to be for Divas to climb. You start out in NXT, you win enough matches in NXT, or you win enough matches in a row where you look good enough. You have a high enough percentage of winning matches, fuck fine now, I'll figure it out later. NXT, you move up to SmackDown, you win a few SmackDown matches, you eventually get on Raw. Pretty much any Diva wrestling in Raw is in the Divas title picture. That's how that's going to work. I might reinstitute Divas, NXT Divas Championship. I'm not 100% sure on either one yet. However, back to the Divas match. I don't know. I want to make the Divas a little bit more exciting, and I want to get more of the Divas involved. And when that happens, there might be enough Divas for me to want to bring back the Divas Championship in NXT. But for now, there's just the main one, which we are wrestling for here. So we got Charlotte out here with the Nature Boy, dirtiest player in the game. We know Charlotte's kind of an a-hole after what she did to Becky Lynch the other week, pretending to be injured while not really being injured, and then rolling up Becky Lynch for a victory when Becky Lynch thought she was in there wrestling a friend. But she's learning from the dirtiest player in the game, the old man with his nipples hanging out on the side of the ring, Ric Flair. I was almost not even going to have Rick as a manager in this match because Charlotte and Paige's overall are really, really similar. And it just would have been a good match to see the two of them have one-on-one. I was just going to say Ric Flair got too drunk and had a heart attack and couldn't make it out this evening. But that might actually happen on Sunday, and then I'm going to look like an asshole who can predict the future. So Charlotte's actually been taking Paige to work. Just as I say that, Paige gets a reversal, gets back on top of the match here.
The sidewalk slam will knock the wind single time.
Only thing worse is if you got slammed on a real sidewalk. Right to the kisser. When you've been in this business for literally your entire life, like Paige has, you know what you have to do inside that ring to be successful. And what
Paige has been putting in work on Charlotte ever since she got a lead here, just barely dodging Charlotte's attack. Going to the top rope now. What does she have? A splash, not from the top, from the second rope. A splash from the second rope by Paige. And I think she's just about even the fight out here. Charlotte was taking her to town once the match first started, but she's really doing what she can to equalize it here, get back on top. I don't know, it's hard to say. They're very, very similar. Paige has the rampage and the Paige tap out. Charlotte has the spear, if she still even does that, and the figure 8 at her disposal. Very, very similar. And like I said, their overalls were also even. So it's going to be interesting. See who can pull out the real victory here.
Her fisherman suplex is among the best I've seen. And that cradle DDT, or rampage as she likes to call it, is so dangerous.
Oh, I think she just went for the Paige turner and missed it. Looked like Charlotte reversed a Paige turner there. It was actually unexpected. I didn't expect that. I almost forgot that the Paige turner was even a move, because she's used that and the rampage and the PTO lately. I don't know. Fisherman suplex doesn't go for the pin there, though. If she flips her over and pins her. Wait, what is this? She's got the camel clutch locked in. This is an actual submission move. Charlotte could tap out at any moment. There are different types of submissions in this game, for anyone who doesn't know. And the ones that aren't actually submissions are usually a lot shorter. But you'll see moves like this where it's technically a submission hold, but then she'll elbow her in the head a couple times and let her out. And there's some times where, not ankle locks, but like some leg locks and things like that. There's a couple different moves that are, they're submission moves, but they're not actually submission moves that have a submission struggle. There's a submission move that you put them in for like 4 seconds. There's no submission struggle or anything like that, and then you just let them out. It does damage, and then you let it go. There's also work holds in this game, where you'll see someone hunched over, put in a move that maybe looks like somebody could tap out to, but it's actually just a work hold. And what that does is whoever wins the work hold struggle wins stamina. There's the Paige turner. Is she going to pin after the Paige turner? Hold on here real quick. 1, 2. Charlotte barely kicking out of the Paige turner. Anyways, in the work hold struggle, whoever has the move locked in, if they stay in that lock for a long time, spear by Charlotte out of nowhere. I have to commentate the match here. I can't inform you guys about game mechanics. Is Paige going to kick out? Barely kicks out of the spear. Wow, Charlotte stands up from a Paige turner and immediately spears Paige. Charlotte on top. Now, this is really dangerous. Charlotte on top means she can probably go for the figure 8 at any time. Fall away slam. I want this match to get boring again so I can explain work holds, but it just, they're fighting. Oh, here we go. This is going to be figure 8. No, Paige with a reversal. Charlotte leaning down. Paige calling for a move. Is she going to go for the rampage here? The rampage could be it. Charlotte was almost done after the Paige turner. Get her, Paige. She's got her picked up. Rampage. She's going to have to roll Charlotte back to the middle of the ring, though. And she does. That dragging motion can sometimes lose it. Where you would have had a 3 count, that dragging motion, that time wasted, she could kick out here. 3 count. And Paige is a new Divas champion. Quite an impressive first Divas match. First ever Divas match here on this WWE Universe mode we got. First Paige turner reversed by Charlotte there, as you guys can see it in the highlights section. That's Paige getting up from the kick out. Surprised Charlotte was able to kick out of that one just as she gets up and turns around. Charlotte with a huge spear. Not really. Yeah, it's the Charlotte spear. Manly for a woman spear, whatever you want to call it. And Charlotte with the cover. Paige barely kicking out of the spear there. Reversing the figure 8. I think Charlotte just has the figure 4. The figure 8 doesn't exist in this game, so Charlotte's just got the figure 4. Bottom line, reversing the figure 4 lock, hitting the rampage, dragging Charlotte to the middle of the ring, and counting 1, 2, 3. And that is the match, and that is your new 3rd-time Divas champion. The title isn't in the picture. If I forgot to make it a titles match, I'll put the title on Paige afterwards. That's another thing. If I screw up, we can fix it. But I will see you guys in the next match. That is your new WWE Divas champion, Paige. Okay, so you guys remember before how I told you I kind of had to tweak how matches worked because WWE 2K16 couldn't comply to what the WWE wanted? Like I said, this should be the only scenario where that actually happens, because when I'm scheduling the matches and I'm not going off what WWE has for the match in the future, I'll be able to just make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen. But since I can't, as you'll notice, Kalisto's currently beating up Sin Cara. This is supposed to be the 6-man tag team match with 3 sets of tag teams. It should be the Usos versus the New Day versus the Lucha Dragons. But since you can't actually do 6-way tag teams like that, at least not in a ladder style, that's for sure, my only option here was to create a 6-man ladder match. Now, the problem with that is the AI and the computer don't actually know who's on whose team, which explains why Kalisto and Sin Cara are beating the shit out of each other in the ring right now. That being said, this is a ladder match, even though it's a Money in the Bank hanging up there. Whoever claims the Money in the Bank will end up claiming the tag team titles for their team. So even though Kalisto and Sin Cara are beating the shit out of each other right now, if Kalisto grabs the Money in the Bank contract, that will be the tag team titles for Kalisto and Sin Cara. If Kofi Kingston or Big E, which, by the way, they were the ones chosen in this match instead of Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods could have been in the place of any of them because they are all 3 technically tag team champions. That's how it works. Anyway, Kofi or Big E grab the title, the New Day will retain the championships, and then if Jimmy or Jey Uso grab it, then the Usos will have the championship. So, it seems to be going okay right now, except for the fact that Kalisto and Sin Cara are beating the shit out of each other. That's really, really damaging to their team here. It's really not good for them overall. To be hurting each other. If they were out there hurting other people, their team would have a lot better odds. But I'm going to say Kalisto and Sin Cara, just from this point in time, from the very beginning, are probably the least likely to win now, just because they're beating the crap out of each other, not knowing that they're on a team. I know this looks really shitty and stuff, but it's kind of fun, and it was the only makeshift way I had to get all 3 teams involved and have it still be a ladder match. I don't even know if you can get all three sets of teams involved in the first place. Match pretty even so far. We just got the Lucha Dragons beating up each other on the inside. Looks like Kofi and Big E have the edge on the Usos on the outside, really. Making it look like this match, almost at this point, heavily favors New Day at this point. I think the Uso, I can't tell Uso from Uso, especially in this fucking game. One of the Usos was beating up on Kofi out on the outside of the ring for a while. And he was doing a pretty good job of it. But Kofi just got the edge at the end there. So Kofi's a little hurt. Big E's probably not hurt at all and beating the crap out of the Lucha Dragons with a ladder right now. And the Usos have both kind of been tooled on a little bit. So yeah, I think as of right now, the match is definitely favoring the New Day. Now the thing about these ladder matches or these TLC matches, whatever you want to call them, is after so long, it doesn't really matter who was winning in the beginning. After so long, everybody's hurt. Everybody's really injured. Everybody's messed up. From the top rope, Uso cutting. That wasn't, oh my God. I don't even know what to name half these moves. I got to start learning the names of these moves. You guys keep a counter of every time I say I don't know the name of that move, tag the timestamp on when I didn't know the name of the move, and then tell me what the name of the move is so I'll know it for future reference. That would help me out so fucking much in my wrestling knowledge. It was like a whisper in the wind, but he actually landed on him on the ground. Whatever. Kalisto on the top rope now, trying to jump onto Sin Cara. No, Sin Cara jumping on Kalisto. They're really hard to tell apart. They had matching uniforms and stuff. And back to beating up each other on the outside. This is probably the match, if the elimination tag wasn't it, this is probably the style match that I would say people have the best chance of getting really, really, really injured in. And the reason I say that is because there are 5 other competitors at any given moment. The Lucha Dragons still beating the shit out of each other in the ring. There are 5 given competitors at any moment that can try to stop you from climbing that ladder. So this is one of those matches where if your head or torso or legs or arms get really red, it doesn't matter because the match can keep going on for so long. You know what I mean? You're still probably going to get hit with another ladder. You're still probably going to get hit with another chair. You're still probably going to fall off a ladder again trying to go for the victory because falling off the ladder hurts you enough. But then you can be beat by it and finishes. And number one, the match's length. The match can be really long. That was a really weird-looking leg drop from Kofi there. But yeah, the match is really long, so you're more likely to get injured that way. And the number 2, there are ladders and stairs and chairs and tables and anything else anybody wants to break out. I don't know why Kofi went outside of the ring. He went outside of the ring to kind of look around for a minute, and now he's back in. I'm just going to yell out a random Uso name, whether it's Jimmy or Jay. I'm just going to yell out a random Uso name. Hope that that works for you guys. I'm just going to say that, hey, that one's Jey Uso, and hey, that one's Jimmy Uso, because I cannot tell the part for the life of me. Lucha Dragons will not leave each other alone. Their odds would be so much better if they stopped just beating up each other. This match is actually a lot more, they all split off into pairs. Usually I expect matches like these to be, you know, maybe 4 men in the ring, 2 on the outside, or maybe all 6 men on the same side of the outside of the ring or whatever, but they all split off into pairs, and they just kind of been doing one-on-ones, which, like I said, have really not worked out for the Lucha Dragons at all because they've been beating up each other. We'll have to see. Both the Usos on the outside now. Looks like Big E just slammed Kofi. I think that's the first time a team member that wasn't a member of the Lucha Dragons just went after each other. Other than that, it looked like a really good tag match going on so far. As we now have Jimmy Uso, who I'm going to call Jimmy Uso, going up to the top rope. Who's he going to try to jump on here? He can't reach Kofi. He's going to jump on. He jumps onto his brother Jay. Oh, no. The carnage. They've turned against each other. At least for this match, because they don't know any better. That ladder goes flying out of the ring right there. A lot of people in the ring now. Mass chaos is sure to ensue. Kalisto with a huge powerbomb onto Jey Uso onto the outside there. Is the New Day beat each other up inside the ring? They had a moment inside the ring, and I know they don't know any better, but one of them sets up the ladder and climbs the ladder there while the other one fends off everybody else. They could have gone for the win right there. As it looks bad. Looks bad for the New Day now as Kofi and Big E are beating each other up on the outside. Looks like the Lucha Dragons versus the Usos. Lucha Dragons send the Usos flying now. If Kalisto just would have ran up and punched Jay to the outside there, he would have had an opportunity to climb the ladder. But he leaves him hanging on the apron. Jay just hops right back in the ring there, instantly able to stop it. The ladder is set up in the middle-ish of the ring right now. Oh no, wait, no, okay. Does the Uso have a sixth sense? Did Jimmy have a sixth sense? He got out of the ring and allowed Jay to grab the Money in the Bank contract. No, Jimmy, those are your tag titles. Don't stop your brother. Don't stop your brother. Let him do it. Let him do it. Just let it happen. No, at the last second. I swear, if Jay has 3 more seconds with that Money in the Bank contract, the Usos are the new champion, but his own brother stops him. Usos were almost new tag champs. As Big E throwing the stairs to the outside of the ring to beat up Kofi, with New Day beating each other up now, making their odds look very, very slim. Remember, if New Day loses the tag titles, they do get a rematch. They're not getting completely screwed here due to some really wonky, stupid rules. They will get a rematch clause. They will get their rematch, perhaps in a normal standard tag team ladder match with whoever wins the tag team titles, assuming it's not them. So, fear not, New Day fans. This will not be the end if they do happen to lose the titles tonight. I know these rules are wonky. I know this is really weird that they can beat the shit out of each other. But that being said, Kalisto alone in the middle of the ring. He's going to climb the ladder. Nobody's stopping him. Jey Uso already loosened it up quite a bit. Jey Uso's got a chair. Oh, and Kalisto does it. Who would have thought the Lucha Dragons, after beating each other up for 45 minutes when the match started, Kalisto gets the victory for the Lucha Dragons, and they steal one. Remember, guys, on Tuesday Night Thunder comes back. We will see an immediate rematch from the New Day. I'm being informed by Xavier Woods right now. He says New Day wasn't ready yet. They will have their rematch Monday night on Raw, where they will be ready, or Tuesday Night Thunder, if you will. And they will have a rematch ladder match to attempt to get their titles back. Tag team ladder match coming at you Tuesday Night Thunder. But for now, Kalisto claiming the tag titles for both Sin Cara and himself. The Lucha Dragons are the WWE Tag Team Champions.
And there's the bell, and this epic championship bout has started.
All right, our next match being for the Intercontinental title. I really had to question WWE's booking on this one, because this was the only match on the entire card that was, well, not on the entire card, I take that back. Ryback versus Rusev was also a straight singles match. This is the only match on the entire card that was actually a singles match, no stipulations, no chairs, no stairs, no tables, no anything, no ladders or anything like that. And they picked Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose to have a normal match with. I would have thought, if anything, Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose would have had the most fire Extreme Rules, tables, ladders, and chairs, tables match, whatever you would have seen coming out of the card. But I almost fought it. I almost thought that since we didn't get a tables match tonight, I was going to get Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens to be a table. But I was like, you know what? This is the only time I got to listen to what the WWE set up. So I'm just we're gonna play it out as the WWE has it, as WWE has it on the card. After this, I get to do whatever the fuck I want. So it'll be all kinds of good. But it looks like Dean is kicking Kevin Owens' ass on the outside. Just as I say that, of course, Kevin Owens gets a reversal German suplex, and he rolls back in the ring. What's the referee's count at? 6 count. I want to let you guys know I don't rig these in any way. Occasionally, after talking to you guys, I might change overalls. I did make some initial adjustments. I think I made Brock Lesnar stronger. I think I made Undertaker a little bit better, and then I made John Cena a little bit weaker. other than that, I had a little bit of time where I played around with other people's overalls, like increasing them and decreasing them on a few other people. But I think, oh, that was just a DDT. I was like, was that Dirty Deeds? That looked like Dirty Deeds really early, but that looked, I think it was just a DDT. Yeah, no, that was definitely just a DDT. I was thinking old school Dirty Deeds, but old school Dirty Deeds doesn't even look like that. Anyway, no, I messed with a couple other people. I think I messed with Roman for a little bit, and then I think I might have messed with Dean, and maybe Seth Rollins also, but he's injured, so it doesn't really matter. But I moved them. I think I went back to moving them to default, or somewhere really close to what their default overall was. So I haven't actually messed. I don't rig these in any way. I don't do second takes. I don't like, oh, I didn't like the person who win that match, so I do the match again and things like that. That's what the beauty of being the general manager and then letting the game play itself is. That's what the beauty of me not partaking in these matches and just commentating them is I can only set up the matches. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I could give somebody I really like the best possible chance. Let's just say I really wanted, like, Dolph Ziggler to be the Intercontinental Champion. I could give him a shot at the Intercontinental title, but he can't. You know what I mean? He can't, if he doesn't win the match, I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that except give him more shots. And it's going to look dumb if Dolph Ziggler has an Intercontinental title shot every week and he keeps getting his ass beat. You know what I mean? I can only do so much, even for the people I like. The game gets to play itself, which in a way is kind of like the superstars showing themselves. The better the superstar does, the more he's going to climb the ladder, the better he's going to do. The most I can do is stack the odds against him, but I can't stop him from winning if he's going to win, you know? And I like that. I like that a lot. That being said, match has been somewhat back and forth. I think Dean's had the upper hand for the most part, but Kevin Owens is on top now. What's he going to do to Dean in the corner here? He's going to turn him around. He's going to kick him in the gut. This is for the Intercontinental title, by the way. Kevin Owens is the current champion. That is his signature. That means we could see a pop-up powerbomb at any moment, but it's more likely Kevin will go for the pin now, knowing the WWE AI. They always go for pins after signatures.
And a quick pin attempt by Kevin Owens.
Dean kicking out at the count of 1. I don't think even a pop-up wouldn't put Dean away right now. That's for sure. That was a rope break. That was a rope break. Rope break kick out, or it's not really kick out. Another German suplex by Kevin Owens. Bottom line, that might have been a 1 or 2 count, but Dean was under the ropes. So it was immediately broken by the referee. Now we know after seeing the corner cannonball there that Kevin Owens has a finisher anytime he wants it. As Dean gets thrown to the outside, what's Kevin going to do? Is Kevin going to jump to the outside? Whoa, holy shit. I bet he hasn't done that shit since NXT. Kevin Owens leaping onto Dean Ambrose on the outside. Dean is flat on his back. Kevin's going to pick him up. Might try to roll him in the ring for a cover there. That match was huge. No, Dean's still awake. Dean's fighting back. What's Dean got now? Is that shitty fucking move that, that's that move Sheamus, Texas Cloverleaf? Is that the Texas Cloverleaf that Sheamus used to do? On the outside of the ring there, not a whole lot. I believe that's a submission move, but Kevin must have got out of it pretty quick. Kevin Owens going to get this move off, but then he's probably going to run back into the ring as the referee hits the 5 count. On the single leg Boston Crab, though, doing its work. Took Dean a little bit to get out of that one. Will Dean be able to get up before a 10 count now? Yeah, it looks like he's getting to his feet. Kevin Owens going right back to the outside of the ring, though. The count resets because Kevin rolled into the ring and rolled out, obviously. And Dean is taking a beating out here. I would say Kevin Owens has to have the advantage at this point. Kevin Owens running outside, doing a cannonball onto Dean and then doing a senton to the outside and landing on Dean. I'm almost sure that's a finisher. Was that senton, he hit him on the outside. And then ever since they got to the outside of the ring, Kevin Owens has been putting in work. This match definitely favors Owens right now. Is Dean even going to get up? Kevin can win by count out and retain the title. Referee to 8 count. 9 count. Dean rolls back in at a 9 count. That was closer than we would have expected. I definitely say this match favors Kevin Owens. Not only is he on top right now, I'd say he's got more damage done to Dean, and he's got to be rolling up on another signature finisher combo here soon. And I would say after all the damage done to Dean, a signature finisher would be more than enough to put Kevin away at this point. Michael Cole doesn't even know what to call that move. Owens is completely out of stamina right now, though. As he pins Dean, will Dean be able to get out of this? That was it. Took Dean to the outside and beat the crap out of him. Gets the 1, 2, 3 count on Dean Ambrose. The title did not change hands. Ambrose does not get a rematch clause, but we'll see what Dean's next move is. Rivalries have lasted rivalries have lasted longer than a month before. Maybe Dean gets another chance. Maybe Dean has to earn another chance. Maybe we set up, I don't know. Maybe we set up a fatal 4-way in the future. Maybe we set up another match on Raw. Maybe we set up a tournament for the Intercontinental Championship. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I own the universe. No, Dean looked like Dean started off really strong in this match. Once Owens took it to the outside, once Owens hit that cannonball, took it to the outside with the senton. I thought the senton might have been a dumb move. It's almost a waste of a finisher, but it did damage, and Kevin Owens just keep beating up Dean on the outside. There was nothing Dean could do. Owens rolls him back in the ring and pins him for the 3 count. So that is going to be it. I will see you guys in the main event. The first show of Tuesday Night Thunder is almost over, people. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our World Heavyweight Championship match. A tables, ladders, and chairs match. This is essentially just a ladder match with tables and chairs also on the outside of the ring. Ladder match and a tables, ladders, and chairs match aren't really different from each other, other than the fact that they just set up. Sheamus goes for a quick hit. Roman immediately picks him up and Samoa drops him. And bottom line, the title's hanging at the top. Roman's got to climb to the top and get it, or Sheamus has to climb to the top and get it. Whoever wants to walk out of this night the champion. Luckily for us, unlike WWE, here's where I'm going to predict the future. Triple H is probably not going to interfere and screw Roman out of the title in our WWE universe, unlike he is in the actual WWE. I'm sure many people will come out and screw Roman out of the title at the actual tables, ladders, and chairs, but this is our own get-up. So Sheamus is going to have to beat Roman one-on-one. Past couple weeks on Raw and SmackDown, Roman has been spearing Sheamus. He has been pinning Sheamus for a 3 count. He's been putting Sheamus through tables. He's been beating the crap out of Sheamus on the past few Raws. That being said, Sheamus actually starting out pretty dominant here. He tried to run at Roman from the get-go. Roman Samoa dropped him. It looks like Roman might be back on top. Now he picks Sheamus up. Sheamus with a reversal. These guys going back and forth quite a bit here. Laying down kicks. It's going to be really interesting. See, the wild card in these matches, the part that makes it so people's overalls don't matter, the part that makes it so it doesn't really matter that you're that much better than me because I can use this to equalize it, is the fact that there's so many, like, tonight overall, but even in this match, it's a no disqualification. Weapons come into play, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be crazy shocking to think that Kalisto could beat Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship as far as the WWE game is concerned in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And why is that? Because if Kalisto happens to get his hand on a chair and Kalisto happens to get a couple really good chair shots off on Sheamus, that's going to even it out. It doesn't matter that Kalisto's overall is 85 or less or whatever it is. It doesn't matter that Sheamus's overall is 90, 90 plus, whatever it is, as Roman hits an amazing uppercut there. Chairs and ladders and things like that do a really good job of equalizing the fight. Or where you have a match where these guys' overalls are relatively even. I know they're at least within a point or two of each other. Their overalls are not different at all. Hardly, I should say. Could make it really one-sided once they get on the outside and once they get involved with weapons. That being said, so far, now that they haven't had weapon interference yet, match is really even. In fact, it's favoring Sheamus. Seems like anytime Roman does what he can to get on top, Sheamus will immediately counter him and get himself back on top. And now he's got a ladder. Instead of using it as a weapon, he slides it in the ring. Could have got a lot of damage on Roman off right there. Off on Roman right there, I should say. Had he chose to use the ladder, but he goes ahead and slides it in the ring. Looks like he was going to go for a quick victory. And just as Roman does something to get on top, Sheamus counters. Sheamus getting back on top. Sheamus turning Roman around. Hitting Roman with a big backbreaker there.
My God, his body's been through hell, and his ribs have bore the brunt of the attack.
What's Sheamus gearing up for here? He looks like he's sizing Roman up for something. Nobody's going to win the match when they're on the outside of the ring in that area, in that corner area. But a lot of damage being done there. You hit someone with a signature or finisher there. You run into the ring as fast as you can. Being on the outside of the ring when someone starts climbing the ladder for the World Heavyweight Championship, it's not looking good for you. In any scenario, if you're laying down on the outside of the ring when somebody starts climbing the ladder to win the match, it's not looking good. And Sheamus is putting a world of hurt on Roman on the outside of the ring here. This is, again, where seeing their meters would come in handy. We don't know. Roman might not have any reversals to use. He might be hanging on to one that he's trying to save for an important moment. His health might be low yellow right now. Roman could be really, really hurt right now with all the damage Sheamus is putting on him. It's just hard to tell. And I like the fact that we can't see their meters. We don't know how long they're going to be down on the mount. We don't know how long. We don't know how close they are to kicking out in a match with normal circumstances. But Sheamus is just beating the shit out of Roman Reigns right now. This match was close in the beginning. It's not even close now. Sheamus has been putting a world of hurt on Roman as he throws him into the stairs again.
And in mere seconds, that's exactly what happens.
Sheamus. Another Irish whip onto Roman into the stairs.
Fighting from a position of full health here.
And now he's just kind of waiting. Is he going to wait for Roman to stand up? Is he waiting to get his own stamina back? That's another key in this game that you guys can't see with the meters. No, Roman just goes up to Sheamus, drops a backbreaker on him. There are different layers of stamina. You kind of have 3 bars of stamina in this game. Now, if you almost use a full bar of stamina, but stop, your stamina for that bar can come back. But if you use up an entire bar of stamina, then that bar is gone forever, if that makes any sense. So once you get down to your last bar, you could run out of stamina completely, and then your character will move slow. Your guy will be slow to get up. He'll be slow to make pins. He won't be able to do signatures or finishers if his stamina bar is too low. So that's why sometimes you'll see guys do a lot of moves, and then they'll stand there for a second. They won't do anything, and it's because they're recharging stamina because they don't want to lose that bar, or they don't want to run completely out. Roman on top now, but he's got a lot of ground to make up on Sheamus if he wants to catch up. I'm sure Roman's got to be really hurting at this point. Where Sheamus is probably mostly fresh, because every time Roman got on top, Sheamus would immediately reverse it, immediately get on top, immediately start kicking Roman's ass. Roman slides into the ring, sees Sheamus, gets back up, goes to get back out of the ring. He's going to get pulled off by Sheamus if he's not careful, but he hops down, and he gets back on top. What's he going to do? Slam him into the stairs? Walk him into the barricade? Walk him into the barricade. Sheamus with a reversal here, though. They're back in that spot where Roman got his ass completely handed to him earlier, mainly because of those stairs. Sheamus Irish whips Roman away, gives him time to grab the stairs for himself. He's gonna use them as a weapon onto Roman unless Roman does something here. He takes the stairs to the face is what he does. Sheamus saving the stairs in the middle of the ring for later, I guess. This is something I don't quite understand in a ladder match. Why would you ever Irish whip your opponent back into the ring for a ladder match? Just leave him on the outside. Hit him with your big move on the outside. You know what I mean? They're going to be down. They're going to be on the outside of the ring. What's the point of getting them back into the ring? As we see Sheamus with another big backbreaker there, but that's Sheamus being out of stamina right now. Stamina is going to make him climb the ladder very slowly. Bro kick. Bro kick, but Sheamus fell over. Again, out of stamina. Roman has got the shit beat out of him this match. Who knows how long it'll take him to get back up unless Sheamus just stands him back up himself. Wonder why Sheamus didn't go for the ladder there. That would have been an ideal time to gun for the ladder. Sheamus has been dominating pretty much this entire match. I would say Sheamus' health is probably still in the green. For anyone who doesn't know, there's 3 health bars as well. There's green, yellow, and then red. So when I say health bar as a whole, this could be the match. That could be the match right there. Sheamus just Irish whip Roman to the outside. Looks like his stairs are kind of getting in his own way, though. Those stairs are screwing Sheamus up. I don't know what he's doing. Is he too dumb to just set up the ladder? He keeps picking it up and putting it down. There's going to be a little bit of confusion in the AI. As he picks up the ladder, but then he just drops it immediately. He can't. He's too dumb to set it up. Sheamus is too stupid to set the ladder up. I don't know how else to put it. As Roman goes for clothesline whiffs as he's on the wrong end. You do not want to be hit by those again, Roman. At the last second, Roman rips the stairs away from Sheamus. And he throws him down. He doesn't want to use those steps. He doesn't need those steps. He's got his own fists. And Roman whips Sheamus to the outside. Is Roman going to be smart enough to set up the ladder here? Roman is smart enough to set up the ladder immediately. There's no way Sheamus is hurt enough to stay down the whole time. I don't think. Sheamus, you've got to stand up. You're losing your title. Roman literally didn't do anything to get this title, Sheamus. You have to defend it. Sheamus, what the hell?
He did it. The winner and your new champion.
That was the worst title match I've ever seen.
Well, I don't know how you could pick out highlights from that match. Oh, they mesmerized the WWE Universe in that match.
What the fuck was that? Sheamus kicked Roman's ass the entire time. Roman didn't do anything but Irish whips Sheamus outside the ring. And Sheamus just lost. He didn't lose the title because he was the worst wrestler. He just lost the title because he was so stupid. He forgot how to set up a ladder. People, you can't make this shit up. He forgot how to set up the ladder. But Roman knew how to set up a ladder, and that was all it took. That was all. Sheamus' health couldn't have been in the yellow. I mean, it had to be barely in the yellow for him to stay down long enough on the outside. And then when he tried to get in the ring, he was too dumb. And he ran towards the ring post, which makes you go to the top rope. And even if he hadn't, it would have been close. It would have been real close. But Roman finally did it. Roman is finally the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. For more than 5 minutes and 15 seconds. There's no money in the banks left to be cashed in. Roman will at least hang on to this championship until tomorrow night. We'll have to see when Sheamus wants to cash in his rematch clause. We'll have to see where it goes from there. What's next for the business? Anyways, this is being uploaded on Saturday. Pretty much every other thing I upload ever, unless I do something special for pay-per-views, will be uploaded on Tuesdays, as I do want to start Tuesday Night Thunder. If you're out there in the community now and you want to help, feel free to make a Tuesday Night Thunder logo that we can put on the side of our arenas. Feel free to make a Tuesday Night Thunder arena if you want to, because you can get really crazy. If you play WWE, you know the customization options. Feel free to make a Tuesday Night Thunder logo or anything like that. Tweet them at me. Let me know in a YouTube comment section what I need to look for, and I will go out there and find it. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Keep an eye out on Tuesday when we will be back for the following week. Excuse me, for the following week of action. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you guys coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Roman is the new heavyweight champion on the worst side. We had a lot of good matches tonight. Ryback and Rusev, decent match. Alberto Del Rio and Swagger, decent match. Surprise ending. ECW Originals, that match was really one-sided, but it got the job done. I mean, Charlotte versus Paige, the six-man tag match that was really wonky but had another crazy ending. Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose, but then Sheamus versus Roman was like the worst match I've ever fucking seen. But we will have more for you guys on Tuesday. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like for the new series. Again, if you want to make a logo or anything like that, feel free to suggest me possible future matches and things like that. We've got a whole new month to build up on before we have another pay-per-view, before we head over to Fastlane. If I don't change Fastlane, Fastlane's a stupid fucking pay-per-view. But the Rumble's before that. We got the Royal Rumble coming up next. Holy shit. I'm Thundershot. I'm out. Peace, late, and see ya.